It's so awesome to have you back on the show. Also, looking forward to the big one this coming August, The Gathering in Charlotte, North Carolina. You're going to be reuniting with your tag team partner and fellow Four Horsemen member, Tully Blanchard, at this Gathering event, which is a 4-day crazy wrestling event down there in Charlotte, North Carolina, a place you know very well. But you're working with us again. Every time we've ever done an event with you, it's always a packed house, the fans coming out in droves. But this time, you're going to be on your own home turf in Charlotte. Are you looking forward to The Gathering August 17th?
Well, I am. It'll take me back, even though this is home and I'm out and about here quite frequently. Still, when I go down to one of the arenas or to where this event's being held, up around the university, it has a different vibe. It's got an old JCP vibe to it. And, man, those were the good old days. It was as good as it got back then. And getting to spend some time with Tully, which I have been getting to do a little bit of over the last couple of years, has really been enjoyable. We've got to relive some old, some really wild and crazy moments, as well as some really good friendship that we shared over those years. So really looking forward to it.
The last time we had you on the show, we were promoting a show that we had in Richmond, Virginia. So we talked about how Richmond, Virginia was a part of that Horseman Country loop. But I think of Charlotte, North Carolina, obviously, Horseman Country and the Four Fingers automatically come up. And that University Hilton there in Charlotte, the home of many of the NWA reunions over the past couple of years. So it fits like a glove to have you there in Horseman Country.
Well, it is. It's home turf. I live about 20 minutes from there and have since 1997. And I was in Charlotte prior to that, just across town, since 1985. So this is my home. I full well believe they're going to be out the door and down the block, because I'm kind of the new guy on the block still. I've worked for 37 straight years in the industry without a break. I think that's got to be a record. A couple of 3-month rehab stints, but that's not really time off. So I've been at this, 250 to 350 days a year for 37 straight years. So I finally get a chance to take a breath and just say thank you to all the fans who have supported us over the years and kept the Horseman great. If you do something that 25 years later they're still talking about it, you apparently did something right. And one of the things we did right, I think, is we captivated some fans that understood exactly what we were doing. And what we were doing was, we weren't trying to figure out who made the most money or who won the most matches. Every single night we went through that curtain, we were there to have the best match on the card and give everybody that bought a ticket their money's worth. And that's what we've always brought to the table, and I think our fans know that.
Yeah, and in our 400 episodes, in talking about the Horsemen and the JCP territory and all the places you've been and so many of your opponents. I mean, John and I have gotten to experience it with you guys in different markets. So we were in Richmond with you, we were in Winston-Salem with you, and also in Philadelphia. And that's 3 different areas where we saw the love of those fans. And whether you want to call them old school fans or smart fans or fans of tradition, no matter what, the impact that you made in those 37 years is absolutely unfathomable. And I'm sure where you get to take this breath here, it is nice to look and see the kind of the blue skies, and you get to see the real tribute to all the work that you put in for all those years.
Well, I think they're good with you just calling them wrestling fans, and they're not ashamed of that. A real wrestling fan not only is very proud to say so, they got 100 stories they can tell you why they're wrestling fans. And what you're going to find, I can go ahead and tell you because this is what my experience is so far. You're going to have a 50-year-old man who's brought his 25-year-old son, who has his 3-year-old son with him, and they're all passing professional wrestling down from generation to generation. And with all the YouTube and the network and all these different avenues now, they can go back and not only just tell you what they're talking about, they can show you the good old days. And, you know, not much on technology. It kind of befuddles me, to be honest with you. I get lost on computers pretty easily, but the one thing I do agree with is being able to go back and see the Crockett days and see the 80s and see the 90s and see how the business has evolved. It's still fun for me, and a lot of things that I totally forgot, 30-minute matches that I don't have any recollection of being in. I can go back and watch them, and it's pretty cool, and fans will tell you, you know, hey, here's the deal. Remember the night this happened, and it's so funny. I can't tell you what I ate for lunch yesterday, but I can remember those stories.